Hi everybody, it's Corbin, and today we're gonna go ahead and do my Yaoi Con 2015 review. So let's go ahead and delve into it. First, let's start with the con proper and talk about just when I showed up, what exactly happened, what check-in was like, and then we'll delve into what I thought about all the little events and that kind of stuff. So I rushed to the hotel, I quickly grabbed my bags, I check into the hotel, I run up to my room. All of that in a nutshell. I have been in a car for about 6.5 hours. Now, granted, the drive wasn't that long. I stopped for lunch, and we stopped for gas, and we took our time for the most part until we hit traffic, but it wasn't a short drive. So I had to continue on like a normal living human being and rush to pick up my badge because check-in was supposed to end quickly. So I show up to check-in. The one girl who was obviously the one that was more competent on what was happening quickly was doing check-in, was getting things done, and was helping another group of people. And there was a guy next to her that was new, obviously. He didn't really have it down pat, so I ended up naturally getting him. I walk over to him, and he does what he automatically thinks, which is that I'm not registered. So he starts trying to do a brand new check-in with me. And I go, wait, I have my paper after I started filling out things. And the girl looks at him going, no, you need to press back, check him in correctly, like he's already registered. And the guy goes, well, it's over there. And she goes, no, he didn't he didn't buy his ticket until after August. So that first, not even a really hiccup. It's a lot better than other conventions that I've sat through and dealt with 3.5 hour waiting lines. Nothing. So we continue. This kid, he checks me in, and he walks through and he says, well, there's two things that are required at the con. The first is going to be this little purple wristband. Because it's an 18+ event, you have to have the purple wristband and your ID badge. This is what the purple wristband looks like, and it just went around my wrist and it clipped over for the weekend. This is... okay, whatever. He clipped this on me, and then he handed me my badge. Which, this is a really cute badge. On the back of it, it's absolutely adorable. I love this. This makes me more happy than any of the other cons that I've gone to where they don't give you something like this. They give you crappy printout. So, this is hard plastic. I like this. This shows a lot more caring. And they wrote whatever name you wanted on it. I'm very happy with this. So, the boy, when he proceeds to hand me this, holds on to it, looks at me, and goes, remember to shower. And then backs away really slowly. Now, I'd been on the road for 6.5 hours. I was already feeling insecure that I might be reeking and that I look like a hot, sweaty mess. But guess what? It was a 6.5 hour drive. Dude, that's not the best way to explain one of your con's little things in the back, which is remember to eat, sleep, and shower. Now, I can understand that. I heard the girl's spiel where she explained that the con does encourage you to eat, sleep, and shower. The way he presented it was not exactly user-friendly, but that's okay. I blew that off. That is something that really bothered me because I made sure I didn't stink. I just looked sweaty because it was like 90 outside. So, yes, I picked these up and I had them the entire con. The other thing that we were given after we checked in were one of these beauties. This says Yaoi Con 2015 on it. Very cute little bags. I didn't overly delve into it. I showed you guys in my video what was in it. Love Code, which is the second volume in a series. Well, little one-shots. The second off of the two one-shots. This is really cute. I have looked through it. The next things that are also inside the bag is 2 stickers. This one says Yaoi Con 2015. This is actually a tattoo. It's just like the little emblem on the front of the bag. Very cute. This is an actual sticker. 2 little yaoi characters hugging. It doesn't say Yaoi Con 2015 on it, but it says the artist, which is... anyway, it's really, really cute. We also got 2 postcards, which one of mine got up and walked away, which it was a Yaoi Con exclusive one, which was just their logo of the 2 guys that are on the sticker. But this is the cosplay one. It says Yaoi Con 2015 on the back. It's very cute. It's not something that I would yell and scream from the rafters about, but it's cute nonetheless. So Yaoi, little stickers. Next are these two little beauties, which these go hand in hand together. This one is the Yaoi Con 2015 little official big fat compendium sort of thing to explain the events, what's showing in the video room, what's where. This is very cute. It gives you a list of who's in dealer hall. It's very traditional for this kind of map layout, but this one's gorgeous compared to other ones. This is the Yaoi Con 2015 Pocket Edition of the big one. So this is the Pocket Program Guide, which has all the same information, except for it's small enough to fit inside a con bag, inside of your boot, inside of almost anywhere you want to stick it, so you can have it. And it's way easier than carrying this big gargantuan thing around. I love this. I mean, the back is really adorable. So I am very happy they included both of these. So that is what came in at checkout. This is literally what you got at checkout, except for missing one postcard, which I have no clue where it is, or else I would show you. So, yep. So let's talk about my observations on things. The first thing I did on day 1 and day 2 were my shopping, because I didn't want to be stuck in crowds. So I ran into the dealer's hall, which the dealer's hall was very tiny. Very, very tiny. It was very cute. It reminded me of like half the size of a normal elementary school cafeteria. It wasn't big. There were 2 main booths, which were June Publishing and Sublime. The rest of them felt like really small artist alley booths or really cramped booths that were used to bigger spaces. So as far as the artist alley style ones go, they were the independently published things like chapter books, the independently published yaois that are online. It wasn't something I overly expected to see in a dealer's room. So they were just really tiny booths that were really sparse. There were these huge spaces with very little product. June and Sublime, they used their space correctly. They were very beautifully displayed. A lot of the mom and pop sort of booths, they were nice to look at. Everybody was very friendly. It was amazing. They had like 3 doujin booths. They had the steampunk booth, which is at almost every convention. And I think those are the only ones of note that I can really mention. They did have the inadvertent booth, not inadvertent, I'm sorry. They did have the Young Protectors booth, which also does another one, which, the Artifice one. Those were there. That one, they were very gorgeous booths. I loved the artwork. But they could have benefited by reshuffling people around. The doujin booths were really cramped. I mean, you're talking about walkways that are barely 2 feet, 3 feet. They were tiny. So, I mean, to look at doujins, you were body to body, having to shove past people to try to get to a section you liked. Artist Alley, on the other hand, which was only open Saturday and Sunday, I liked. It was very nice. They had a lot of options. There was a lot of male-on-male genre stuff there. There were a lot more independently published booths inside, like yaois and webcomics inside of the Artist Alley. I personally didn't mind it. I liked it quite a bit. It was very cramped. It was about the same size as the dealer's hall, except for with like 4 times the amount of people. So you have all these little booths with tons of stuff to look at, and if you didn't go early enough or late enough to avoid the rush, it became very compact with people wearing hoop skirts and these elaborate, very beautiful cosplays, and it became nearly impossible to pass down these halls. So I spent maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours inside the Artist Alley before it became too nuts, because I was trying to decide what to get if I wanted to get anything. There's plenty I wanted to get, but because it became so claustrophobic, I just said, okay, I don't need this. I'm done. Artist Hall is very worth it to go check out. The Dealer Hall is middle ground. It's not the best, it's not the worst. It is a small con, which is what I have to remind myself about. It's not Anime Expo, and it's not going to be any of the bigger ones. So, I mean, it's not bad. It could have been way worse. At least there was June and there was Sublime. We'll do panels and we'll do main events clumped together. They had a nice variety of panels. They were very decent. I didn't actually attend any of the panels. The only one I wanted to attend was done by a friend, and I didn't make it there in time at all. So it was like, bleh, whatever. I'll just, it's not. But they had a nice array of panels if you were into going to panels. The main events, which were like the scavenger hunt, they had a dance. I'm gonna clump showing and viewing rooms where you can watch anime in there also. They were all really good. They were very spot on. It is very obvious that this is where most of their budget went when you compare it to other things. If you're really big doing the main event kind of stuff, you'll absolutely love this con for that. It's very gorgeous, especially for a small convention. It's perfect. I absolutely loved it. The next thing I want to talk about is the venue. Okay, so where the con proper was, where they did all of their viewing rooms, they did their little dealer's hall, the artist alley, the manga library, which I'd never checked out, but I heard good things about. They were nice spaces. They were very, very nice spaces for small con. It felt very homey. It felt easy to deal with. That was fine. When you hit the hotel side of the event, that's where a lot of the hiccups happened with me. I've stayed at many hotels. I've done a lot of hotel staying in my life. And I will be the first one to tell you that this hotel, in a lot of ways, was lacking. As far as my room itself goes, I'll just give you a list of the problems I noticed. My curtains, the sheer curtains in my room, had stains all over them. My shower curtain was covered in mold and mildew. My floor was filthy, had tons of cracks in it, like somebody had been dropping a bowling ball on it. Okay, I can deal with that. I mean, it's gross, but I can deal with that. What kills me is we are a technological era. I have tons of electronics I need to plug in, but when half of my outlets are broken and not working, that's a big problem. I thought my iPad charger had broken and was dead. I thought my cell phone charger was broken and dead. But no, the outlets were broken. It had nothing to do with my technology. I came home, I plugged them in at home, praying that I didn't have to spend $20 on a new iPad charger, and lo and behold, it worked. It was just the hotel. I tried 3 different things in that outlet. That is one of my hot button things, especially with a modern convenience hotel. So as far as that being an issue for some people, it won't be. For me, it's a big problem. Now, the last thing I wanted to talk to you is about the second to last thing, is price breakdown. My hotel, because I didn't book it through with the convention using their package, cost me about $200 a night. I stayed for 2 nights, so that's $400 right off the bat. The parking, I think, because they charge you by the day, was 3 days, so $60, so that's $460. That is already, for most people, most of their con budget to attend a convention, unless you are flying and you're doing all of this stuff. For a person who lives in the state and commutes to these conventions, that is a huge chunk of a con budget. $460. My shopping was completely separate. I had that planned out already, and that worked out just fine. That didn't bother me. As far as the cost to attend the con itself, if you were going to stay at a different hotel, the con tickets, because I bought them about 2 weeks before the convention, I want to say they were $60 a person, which isn't bad for a 3-day pass and all-access pass kind of thing. It's not bad. I think this next year, though, I'm going to try to go for their VIP pass, which I think is $65 at the beginning of the summer. So I have to keep an eye out on their website so I can buy that for me and my brother, because then you get the Bishonen tea and lunch and all of that stuff. So that way I can tell you more about the behind-the-scenes fun stuff. So, as far as in total, the con cost me and my brother about, we'll say $700 is a ballpark range. That's just to attend the con. That's not counting food and travel. If it counted that, it'd be a lot more. But $700 just for the hotel and tickets. As far as attending the con, that isn't horrific. It's not good. So if you go with more friends and you guys break down the cost of the con, like the hotel room, like if I was to break it down, in truth, it would have cost me personally to attend, if we did 50-50, $350 to attend, because there's only really, in theory, 2 of us in the room. We paid for my mom. That's not a big deal. But it was just one of those things. So if you're gonna go to this, the more friends, the better. Easy peasy, just to explain it that way, and then break down the cost that way. There's a max of 4 people in the rooms because of fire safety codes, and you guys can figure all of that out. We are going to go back. I do think it is worth it, especially if you are into the BL yaoi shonen ai kind of genre. This will be a great con for you. I enjoyed it. It's an 18+ event, so I mean, that might be a deterrent for some people. I liked it. I'm going to go again. I do think it's highly worth it. I suggest you guys check it out. If you have questions, please shoot them down below. Ask me. I will answer them to the best of my ability. And I will go ahead and talk to you guys later. So shoot me a like, a favorite, and subscribe if you want more randomness like this. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
You like what you see? Then...
subscribe!